Hello and good morning, I'm Neil Pinkett, the proprietor of Bath Cars, and today's car is the Saab. This is the 9.3 four-door saloon, automatic with a 2-litre turbo engine, so 150 brake horsepower on this one I think. It's a timing chain derived engine, so there's no cam belt to have to replace. It drives absolutely beautifully. I've driven it about 20 miles yesterday, and it's really nice to drive. It's done 83k, which isn't a lot for a car like this. Capable of doing almost double that easily, on the 55 registration, and has had the last owner for the last 7 years or so, nearly 8 years. So somebody's had this car who's enjoyed ownership and has almost been married to it. Most marriages don't last that long as a rule, and has spent a bit of money on some nice little things on it, which is tinted glass to the rear. As you can see, it's got professionally tinted glass at the back and a slightly lower tint at the front, which is legal, and then obviously the front screen's been left alone. It's sat on 18-inch wheels, which are Saab wheels, and shod with Bridgestone tyres, which I'll go around in a moment. It has got K&N panel filter in it as well, which actually makes absolutely no difference to the sound or anything like that, and has got a nice exhaust upgrade as well, a twin output on the exhaust. I've not actually been underneath it. It may have been upgraded to a stainless, but could be just a stainless rear box. But unfortunately it's mid-May and it's pouring with rain. There's not much chance of me scrabbling around underneath it at this moment. The auto box changes beautifully. It's got 2 keys, got a decent history, money spent on the car. In the boot is a set of carpet mats, and a luggage net. It's basically just as I've driven it back, this car. All the Saab embossed carpet mats are there. In the boot is a spare wheel, okay, and we do have a locking wheel nut for it as well, and the seats fold down at the back in a 60/40 folding fashion. But it is very sharp. It sits beautifully. All the bumpers, all perfect condition, nice and true, and all okay. Right, let's just have a look at the tyre wear. So these are Bridgestone Potenzas, and that tyre isn't far off new actually. Those rear pads are practically new as well, and the rear discs have no edge to them, so I would say that's had new rear discs and pads within the last few thousand miles, if not 1,000. The front, again, a Bridgestone Potenza. Tyres in very good condition all the way around it. Yep, that's fine. Again, about 20% worn. Those front pads are in very good condition as well, and the disc, little lip to it, so probably done about 4,000, 5,000 miles work on those front discs. Headlights looking really good. They're acrylic type, and they're not discoloured at all. There's a nice modern looking Saab grille in there as well, and front fogs, yeah, all okay. Very few minor marks. Well, it is wet, but when I looked at it in the dry, it was pretty free from stone chips, etc. Okay, see if we can get a shot in there for you. So, all looking pretty good on the disc and pads. That tyre there is plenty of meat to go on it as well. And this one here, the Potenza, or virtually new. So you've got very good condition tyres on the back and the front. Parking sensors to the rear, tinted glass, and twin output exhaust. Now the car had a private plate on it, J14MHX. We do have the V5 and everything, which is all in the new registration number, so there's no problem with that. The old tax disc came with the car. Now I'm not sure whether that's still valid for this reg number or not, but you may wish to make a decision on whether to display that or purchase a new disc. Okay, so basically that's about it for the exterior. I know it's wet, but it is a clean, tidy car. I'll try and upload some new photographs of it where it's nice and dry and chamoised off. So let's go and have a look at the history for it. Okay, welcome to the history and documents then for this Saab. We've got a V5 here showing the car with just 2 keepers from new. First keeper was Scurry's, which I believe is a garage of some description. I'm not sure. I think they're a garage. Scurry's, could just Google that. 2005 is the reg date, 09 September 26th. It's a 9.3 2-litre turbo linear sport automatic petrol car, 223 grams per kilometre. So that's the V5. The MOT certificate is valid until the 26th of September 2013. We've got all the previous MOTs there at 50, 61, 72 and 80. And it had one advisory, which was upper rear suspension arm has slight play in pin or bush. Now you may notice that's got duplicate issued by the vehicle or VOSA system, which is because it had a private plate on it for most of its life. In fact the car was registered in 2006 in September to the last keeper, so that's nearly a 7-year stint of ownership there, which is good news. But we do have a tax disc, which I will go through a little bit later, but it equates to the old registration number. It is in fact MHX, so Mark Hawkins, that stands correct, so J14 MHX was its previous reg. The service book's got just 3 stamps in the book here, PDI plus one at 18 and then one at 33, which then would mean that probably Mr. Hawkins had the car serviced somewhere which they didn't delve in and find the service book to stamp it. But I can't imagine for 1 minute the car's not been well looked after, as there are a fair few bills for things like wheels and things at £450 odd. Okay, so 2 keys, that's the current key, and there is an ordinary mechanical key embedded in there. You just open that up, and so there are 2 keys there as well. Okay. Right, in the car, it's a clean car this, it's just as it's landed, it hasn't been valeted yet, and it doesn't really need more than about 5 minutes worth of hoovering and a wipe over, to be fair. The seats are in absolutely superb condition. We've got all the owner's manuals here, and all the old tax discs as well. In fact, you can see how the tax has gone up. Look, in 2007, the tax was only 119, now it's 217, and they're all basically in that JMX prefix. So that's the owner's manuals. You've seen the service history book, and this was part exchanged at a main dealer garage, and there was also some more history with it, which I'll just add on to the history section here. So we've got that's for £498. That looks like the wheel and tyre actually. Cruise control relay fitted, some tyres, £249. Scurries, there we go, that was the previous keeper, so it was a demonstrator for a Saab garage. So it's 1 private keeper plus demonstrator. £8,660 was the price of this car back in 2006, and that's the original purchase invoice, I should say. We've got a wheel which you must have bent at some point, £485, a ball bearing system at £46, MOT, and just some MOT. So it's had some money spent on it, and as we can see, new discs and pads are all around in the car, but I can't see an invoice for that. Okay, moving on to the rear, we've got very clean rear space, pockets in the back of the seats, immaculate carpets, etc., and immaculate seats. 4 electric windows, all round remote locking. Okay, nice little aerial there, inconspicuous. Door cards immaculate, grey cloth, 3 inertia reel safety belts, airbags are plenty. Looks like there's about 8 to 10 airbags in here. Again, just a light hoover out. I mean, door shuts are perfect. Look at the condition of the hinges in there. This is pretty much as good as they get really for a used car. 4 electric windows, as I said, electric mirrors there, all working fine. Height adjustable driver seat, little nick to the seat there in the vinyl, and there's those sort of upgraded pedals. So we've got a few little things going on here, but nothing much. Right, I'll just fire her up for you. So she starts perfectly, as I said, timing chain, no cam belt, auto dipping rear view mirror, not auto wipers, not auto lights. Cruise control, fingertip control hi-fi, aircon with a CD player. The aircon, you can hear the compressor click in, so that's good news. So that should blow nice and cold for the summer months, and the usual sort of data displays running through the dash. Leather steering wheel's absolutely minters. Very clean car this. Has the turbo gauge as well there, which only the 150 breakers get. And and cabbage storage holes, including the locking wheel nut, and has also got some safety protection dust cap covers as well. So I don't think in my life I can remember any car coming in with dust cap covers with locking systems on them. So well looked after. And of course, the best bit about the Saab is the best cup holder in the business. Oh, look at that. It just invites you to want to use that. It's absolutely brilliant. And then you just push it in like that, and we'll just go for a rerun because it is so cool. Beautiful. Love it. Excellent bit of design. Saab 9.3 2-litre turbo auto. And I like the autos because they are beautiful and smooth. You haven't got to worry about putting a new clutch in them half the time. So this probably has got plenty to go. And a 55 plate Saab 2-litre turbo. And it's a linear sport. Thanks for watching on this miserable morning, May the 15th, 16th, something like that. Okay, bye-bye.